something that needs to be addressed is the way I see it.
So Gina Carano, who plays Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, did an interview with Drunk 3PO. In this interview, she addresses multiple topics that I will cover, but she said some very interesting things about Vanity Fair in particular. So here's a quick background story before I play the clip. Gina was slandered in a Vanity Fair article a while back when her character premiered in The Mandalorian Season 2. The article called her transphobic and said a lot of other stuff that isn't true according to Gina. This article changed a lot of people's views on Gina. After the article, they viewed her as a racist, transphobic, and all sorts of things, and they definitely let her hear it on Twitter. So now I'll show you the clip of her talking and I'll break it down after. Let's get into it.
Something that needs to be addressed is the way I see it.
Don't worry, everyone. We'll get back to Luke Skywalker. This is more important.
Wait, no, okay, wait, let's go through Luke Skywalker.
Nah, I like the Vanity Fair.
Okay, so the Vanity Fair article happened. Somebody was being kind of aggressive towards me. So basically, I got into this blocking phase in 2020. So I just be like blocking everybody that was like, I don't care, blocking people that had anything to do with anything, like that had. I mean, they would just be like, say this, and I'm like, no, blocked. Like I just blocked.
Oh, man, they were horrible. Trust me.
Right.
I've made videos on them. They were terrible comments. Like,
so here I am. Like, so here I am, like looking and like, and so okay. So first of all, I go to so I get called transphobic a lot, which I'm not at all. I'm not a like I think that word's getting far overused. I didn't know what pronouns in the bio was, but that was my, like I just didn't know. But so then all of a sudden I'm getting called transphobic and racist and all these things. So Vanity Fair, okay, so this is really interesting. They published a story written by a woman who went and before my episode aired, the day of, so 3 weeks or 2 weeks before, she wrote on her Twitter, I cannot, basically, and I'm subtitling this, like she said, I cannot wait to see what I'm going to do to this my career. Basically, I cannot wait to see what I'm going to do to try to destroy her when her episode comes out. And you can go and you can look at the Vanity Fair article and you can look at what she said. And I was like, I remember seeing that and I blocked her. I was like, oh my gosh, who would do that? Like, and who would employ that? Who would employ someone that was just going to go on a smear campaign just to hurt someone that didn't know about pronouns and bios? So then, cut to when my first episode aired, Vanity Fair the same day published an article of one of my cosplayers that I value and respect so much because they put so much energy into these outfits and this energy into supporting the character. They used this woman who I don't have anything against this woman, like, but they used one of thousands of cosplayers, which if they would have interviewed any other cosplayer, they could have said, very positive things, because most of the feedback I've gotten from cosplayers has been so overwhelmingly positive. But when Vanity Fair calls, I'm calling on behalf of Vanity Fair, and like, this is like the take we're taking. And it's of course like, oh, I'm going to go with Vanity Fair. And it was just painful to see that Vanity Fair would shoot that low.
So I won't go into my personal beliefs on if Gina is transphobic or anything like that because I know it's a touchy subject, but she seems to be very adamant that she isn't and that it was just a simple mistake. Whether or not you believe her is up to you, but the fact that a writer for Vanity Fair went after her trying to ruin her career is horrible. The woman that wrote the article tweeting that she can't wait to ruin Gina's career is not something a normal person does. Reporters should just be doing their job, and that's reporting, not actively seeking to end careers. Honestly, the writer who did this story seems to be very predatory. Gina also says that the writer called a cosplayer and told the cosplayer which direction they were going with the story in order to make the cosplayer give quotes that fed into the story that they wanted to tell. Gina then talks about how Vanity Fair waited until her first episode of The Mandalorian Season 2 came out to publish the article. They wanted to make sure that they got her on a day that she was very happy and chose a perfect day for that. Just imagine you're in a Star Wars TV show and you're super excited about your appearance coming up, and then you see an article published the same day that you debut saying you are racist and transphobic and all this other stuff. I think whether or not you believe that Gina is transphobic or racist or anything like like that, you have to think that this Vanity Fair stuff is sick. Vanity Fair is supposed to be a top-notch journalism company. Having writers who are writing articles out of spite is not the way to go. The journalists there need to care about reporting what needs to be reported, not ruining someone's career. So Vanity Fair ran a smear campaign against Gina, actively trying to ruin her career. This article sent a wave of angry fans at Gina that would have broke most people, but Gina stood her ground and didn't give in. In situations like these, most people would conform to the mob and apologize, but Gina wouldn't. Props to her. The mob mentality stuff is horrible and she's standing up to it. The predatory journalism needs to stop. Vanity Fair was very wrong for doing this. It doesn't matter if it's Gina Carano or anyone else, a trusted media source like Vanity Fair needs to report news and no more. We don't need companies like this trying to take out people's career out of spite, and I really hope they learn from this. Let me know what you think of this Gina clip and what you think of the whole Gina situation. If you like this video, consider checking out some of my other content and subscribing. And also, if you like this video, leave a like on the video. But other than that, thanks for watching the video and I hope to see you on the next one.